everyone, welcome back. So I'm going to be doing another question and answer video. I love doing these. I feel like they're a little bit more, obviously more personal, duh, because I'm answering questions on myself. But I like it because it's a way, a lot of you guys know I don't really share my husband or my children on my channel. So I think that some of these questions are a little bit more of a way for you guys to get to know me. And I want you guys to feel free to ask questions. And I have my iPad here. I'm going to look up some of the questions I asked you guys on Instagram if you had any questions for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and go down the line and answer some of them. What is your fave HG skin routine product? I would have to probably say the Colleen Rothschild complete eye cream. I think that's what it's called. I love that product. It is one, I have like little tiny milia bumps that I get if I use too rich of an eye cream. So that's probably the best consistency that I find hydrates my under eyes, doesn't leave like a residue for if I'm putting on makeup, and really isn't too rich that I feel like I can use it all year long, even in the winter and summer, because it's like light enough but hydrating enough. So I'd have to say that. Is YouTube your only and full-time job? I don't really consider YouTube a job. It is more of a hobby for me. Yes, I do make some money from YouTube, but I do it because I love it. I honestly do. And if I didn't, I probably wouldn't do it because it is a lot of my time. It is almost all of my free time that I spend doing something related to YouTube. I really do love it. It's never been about numbers for me. It's never been that. It's never been about money or numbers for me. It was about connecting with people with common interests. I was a teacher for several years. That's what my degree is, in special ed. So I did teach children with autism for several years, like the little ones. I worked on a lot of language and behavioral issues. I was the big behavioral person. So that was kind of what I did before I had children. I do have 3 kids, 3 little girls. I've already talked about this in several videos, but I have twins and then another little one, and so they're my full-time job. So yes, YouTube is my only job-ish, but I don't consider it a job. Do you have any secret skills? Yeah. Hello, how about this one? Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, Louisiana, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Hampshire, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming. How about that for a secret skill? Yeah, I can do the states in alphabetical order. How about that? That's pretty secret and skillful. I have like super detective secret skills. I'm pretty sure I should have been a detective. Like I'm like really interested in like crime scene stuff. Like I can figure stuff out like in a snippety snap. My friend Lizzie calls me like, she's like, are you seriously part of the CIA? Because if there's something to be known, I know it because I can go deep on the internet. That sounds dirty, but you guys know what I mean. Like I can find stuff out really quickly. I don't know what it is. I have skills in that area. It's a secret skill. Do I work for the CIA? You'll never know. Someone asked me if I missed Michigan because I'm from Michigan. I lived there for 22 years until I got married. I moved here to Texas. So do I miss Michigan? They said that they miss the seasons. I do miss the seasons. Here in Texas, you don't really get fall. And if you're from the north, you know there is nothing like the leaves changing on the trees and that fall. The leaves just turn like brown here in Texas and fall off. So I miss, even though this sounds ridiculous, I miss raking. I mean, who misses raking? No one. If you live in Michigan, you're like, Pasha, I do not miss raking. I miss raking a lot. Someone asked if I went to college, what was my major? I have already talked about this before, but yes, I did go to college. I went to 4-year. I actually kind of double majored. I got my degree in both special education and general ed so that I could teach both of them, and I got my degree in Michigan, so when I moved to Texas I kind of had to get to like qualify to get my teaching certificate here. So like I said, I taught special ed in a self-contained classroom for children with autism. Someone asked if my husband and I ever lived together before we were married, and no, we didn't, because he still lived in Texas and I lived in Michigan, so we did long distance for 2.5 years. Favorite cheesy movie? Well, some of my favorite movies are Steel Magnolias, Beaches. I really love The Notebook. I really love Selena. So, by the way, she's coming out with a matte collection. And my friend Dana was like really surprised when I was like talking about how much I love Selena and how I basically cried like a big ball baby like for her movie. I think it was 1997. I went and saw it in the theaters when I was in Daytona Beach on spring break, and I was like, Selena's forever. Like, I cried so hard in that movie, and I still cry to this day. Every single time I'm like, why did she kill you? You were helping her. I mean, for real though, why? Someone asked, what point did you decide starting a YouTube channel was a good idea? Did you set out any goals and have your goals change? I decided after I had a little bit after I had my last daughter, I was at home with her and the twins were a little bit older, and I just felt like I started looking for different things on YouTube, Googling like MAC lipstick swatches, and I was like, oh, I could do this. So I decided to start a channel with Cassie from Shades of Cassie. She was encouraging me to start a channel. We kind of became friends. So she encouraged me to start a channel. I did, and I thought, hey, I could do this. I've always been in love with beauty products, reviewing them. This is like right up my alley. And so I just kind of did it because I was at home with my kids and I needed a little bit of an outlet. I needed a community, and that's why I started. My goals in the beginning were nothing. I didn't have goals. Now I would obviously, it's like I said, it's never been about numbers or money or anything like that for me. I didn't even know you could make money, honestly, when I started. I guess my goals are just like any other, just to create quality content you guys want to watch. So, and my goals have never changed. As long as I'm feeling like I really want to do this, then I'm going to keep doing it. The moment that I feel like it takes away from my family or I'm not wanting to do it, I'm not going to do it. You know what I mean? So those are my goals, and no, they haven't changed. Someone asked how tall I am. I am 5'6½". So I think I used to be 5'7", or someone lied to me and told me I was, that I'm 5'6½". Isn't it interesting to hear how tall people are? Because I always think that people are just like 5'4", like just flat across the board. And anytime I hear someone's taller or shorter, I'm like, homie, say what? Because I swear that I just think everyone is average. I don't even know what is average, but it's always like baffles me because you see people sitting down, so you don't really have an idea of how tall everyone is. But I don't know, but I'm 5'6½"-ish. What is my biggest regret and what did you learn from it? I think my biggest regret was getting really tore up in high school over a boyfriend, like a relationship. Like, one of my boyfriends broke up with me in high school and I didn't even want to be with him anymore, and I threw up all over him. Yes, I did. So I don't know what it was. It was like I had an experience, like, you know, really backstabbing experience in high school, and I honestly just wish that I would have just been like and moved on. But I cried and cried and cried about that relationship, and it's funny because I was planning on breaking up with him before we went to college anyways, and then when he ended up breaking up with me for one of my best friends, I just threw up all over him. So what I regret is like giving him the satisfaction that it bothered me that much, but what I learned from it was, honestly, at that time I was like, life's not gonna move on, da 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 da. And what I learned is I still remain friends with all of my previous relationships on friendly terms. I don't really hold grudges, to be honest. I don't ever officially cut people off. I'm just one of those people that will make peace with something and then move on, and I'm not really gonna look back on it and have like really nasty feelings. That ex-boyfriend and I had made peace, and we still remain friends to this day. We're both married, we're all happy, and it's one of those things where I wish I wouldn't have like fretted so much about it. But you know, I think that's what high school is all about. You kind of have to go through that to really, I don't know. It was just one of those high school things that I just really wish I wouldn't have let it saturate and spend so much of my time worrying about it, because in the long run, it all worked out. Who is my movie star crush? Paul Rudd. I know it's not like a huge, well, Channing Tatum, Channing, and Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd is like one of those like guys, I have like really weird crushes. I just think Paul Rudd is so dreamy. I mean, he just is like that down home everyday look. My husband's like, seriously, Paul Rudd is your crush? But I just think he's just so cute. So I would have to say Paul Rudd. What's my best advice for high school juniors and seniors like yourself? Enjoy those years. The people who are mean to you, just remember, it is such a blip on the radar of life. It is such a blip on the radar of life. When you're looking back, everything I experienced in high school, I had really good high school years. I look back on them so fondly. I did not have very many horrible experiences. I really enjoyed high school. But if you're someone who's struggling, just remember that it is going to be just a blip. You're going to experience so much more in life, and that is not even going to matter to you in 5 to 10 years. So just remember some of those people you never are going to have to see again. Or some of those people can end up being your best friends for life. Some of my high school friends I've known since childhood. I mean, I have friendships that go all the way back since I was 2 or 3 years old. So just remember that some of those people could be your friends for life, so you can invest in them. And then some of those people, if you're not having a good time, can just be a blip on your radar and you can move on. So my best advice is to enjoy your time, live it up, and do not stress. Even don't stress if you have a boyfriend and you think that it's the end of the world. Trust me, the world is a very big place, and there's so much more to experience. What's my best advice for people just starting a YouTube channel and wanting to make it grow? I don't know. You all have advice? I feel like I'm a slow grower, but I feel like I have really loyal subscribers, people who will tune in to watch my videos, people who will give me the constructive criticism that I look for. I guess my biggest advice would be make sure that you're looking to see what videos are popular, what videos you like to watch. Check in with your subscribers, ask them what they would like to see, really listen to them, film those types of videos. Also, don't be so afraid to get some criticism, constructive criticism. Don't be so afraid or, you know, I don't like to ever really snap anyone's head off if they give me constructive criticism. I like to take a look at it and really not get defensive and think, okay, well, they're just letting me know this, and not every comment I'm going to get is going to be like, you know, shining rainbows and stars and ponies. So I would just say really listen to what your subscribers like and film videos that you really like to watch. And I mean the cliche thing, be yourself, because everybody loves people who are themselves. Oh, that's another secret talent of mine. It's called singing songs, and when I don't know the words, you just go, and then no one ever knows that you don't know the words, because that sounds pretty cool too. Okay, somebody asked me a really interesting question. They said, how do I stay out of YouTube drama? They noticed they don't really hear my name connected to any YouTube drama. Thank you. The way I stay out of it is I'm 33, so I got 3 kids to raise, a husband, a house to take care of, and friends, and just a life outside of the YouTube drama. You know, I'm just like everybody else. If there's something going on, I typically know about it, and I'm not saying I don't ever talk about stuff, but I don't feel like I'm involved in the YouTube drama because I'm not one of these people, and I'm sure if you've ever caught a comment of mine on someone else's channel, I'm genuinely happy for other people who have success on YouTube especially, or anything. I'm a really huge supporter of a lot of different people's channels, and I don't get jealous or envious of people who are having success. Obviously, everyone wants to see something like that for themselves, but I never let that make me be bitter towards someone. So I don't know. I would like people to see me as that type of person who's really going to support you and be happy for you. So I tend to just really be encouraging to other people, and that's how I stay out of the drama. I don't really comment on stuff like that. If I don't like someone's video or if I don't like what happened, I don't really comment on it. I just kind of go on with my life, because I find that if you're sometimes sticking your nose into the comment section of a really large YouTube drama or debacle, it never is a good idea. It never is a good idea. It all blows over eventually, and it just creates more of a focus on me and my opinion. Everybody, this world is such a big place. Everybody has different opinions. Whether I have an opinion on it or not, I typically don't give it. I try not to post too many passive-aggressive things on social media. I have before, and people are like, I didn't know you were like that. I didn't know you're this type of person. So it's like I really realize that people don't want to know my opinions. They really don't. So that's kind of how I stay out of it, because either people are like, yeah, or they like really agree with me, or they're like, I didn't know you were that kind of person, unsubscribing. So I've just learned it's not worth it. It never makes me feel good anyways if I am passive aggressive about something, if I really think something. That's how I stay out of it. And it's never worth it in the end. It's never worth it. It will never make you feel better. That's the thing. Tell us something about you that would surprise us. I'm always laughing about something. Very little embarrasses me. Like very, very little embarrasses me. People always say like, what's your most embarrassing moment? I can't ever really think of one, but when I'm trying to think of an embarrassing moment, I can't pick one, because the only one that comes to my mind is someone accused me because I had like no boobs in middle school, like none. But all of a sudden one day I like developed boobs, and I'm not even kidding you. I went to sleep one night and I woke up with boobs. So I went to school, and like all the people were like snickering, laughing, and like saying, oh, Laura got boobs. Laura like is stuffing her bra. So not Laura got boobs, like I had gotten a boob job in like 7th grade, but they were saying that I stuffed my bra. So this was probably 9th grade. So I like ran out of the lunchroom crying. So I was in the bathroom like, why do they think I wanted to be like, I'll pull my shirt down right now and show you I do not stuff my bra. I'm just kidding, like I would never show my boobs. But anyways, so I had like a tissue because I was like, you know, crying and stuff. And I come into the lunchroom, and I'm not kidding you, I felt like it was a scene from the movie. Like I bust in the lunchroom and I'm like crying with this tissue, and this boy was like, this boy, he was like, look at Laura, she's pulled out the stuffing and she's crying with the stuffing from her stuffed bra, and everyone was like, ah, whatever, and I like ran out again. I would say that was probably the most embarrassing moment, but I seriously, in my whole life, I would never want to flash someone more than I want to just be like, oh yeah, and give that guy like a shut up, if you know what I'm talking about. So I just wanted to like shut the whole thing down by just flashing him my like boobs that I grew overnight, but I couldn't. So if I had to pick a most embarrassing moment, which I think that was a question, the next question on here, that would be my most embarrassing moment, because I would say that was something that made me cry. Ever since then, I've just, if I fall or trip, like if someone runs with a backpack on, like I can't even stop laughing. So if you're a backpack runner, like please come find me, because if you start running with your backpack on, I'm gonna take a picture of you. I'm gonna take a video and I'm gonna use it on a rainy day. Okay, I think that pretty much answered a ton of questions. Thank you guys so much for asking me questions. I really do appreciate it. I'm gonna be trying to do some of these videos every couple of months, just because I think that it's nice to get to know, and you guys are always there with questions, and I feel like some of them are different questions, so I really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have a certain question that you really wanted answered and I did not answer it, you can ask me. I was surprised because I see a lot of people getting questions about like plastic surgery and all that kind of stuff, and I get away easy with some of my questions. So if you guys have any questions that you feel like you really want me to answer, go ahead and leave them down below, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Mwah.